Welcome everybody to yet another episode of PC Point of View, hashtag PCPOV. This is the pre-Father's Day episode, and so we get to talk to one of my dear friends about, dating while being a daddy. He keeps the conversation interesting, I will just say that without giving too much away. We kind of get into our little tech nerd talk a little bit. If you're interested in hearing about, Forex, hearing about trading, hearing about, anything to do with stocks and, money management. And then, of course, we get into the nitty gritty, talking about love, life, and lots of other shit. So, as always, just enjoy the show. Today's episode is brought to you by Some Drip Coladas. Some Drip Coladas, Birkenberry, Strawberry Snatch Up, and Peach Period are all available. Light bulbs and virgin styles are ready for order. Tomorrow, meet them at 1 Fordham Plaza for the Bronx Night Market from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Some Drip Coladas will be unleashing their new Bougie Berry Punch. All coladas and slushies are made with pure white Hennessy. It's a Caribbean island in a bowl at your hands. So definitely be sure to check out Some Drip Coladas. Now let's get to the show. I glued one shut by accident, and then this one just broke, as you saw. So now I'm down to two. So I need like a real one. I got that from like my first QA job. Yeah, it was this drink called Qualitest. And I got that and a button that says bug off. And then if you press the button it said bug off, and then I forget how many times, but then it says, are you testing me? QA humor. But for the most part I think everything is set up. Oh, let me close the window.
Badass kids.
Yeah.
Did I ever show you the apartment I had?
I don't think so.
But I'm not moving into that building. I'm moving into the other building that I wanted initially.
So are you alright? Is the mic scaring you? Can we?
I'm straight. I'm good.
Are we fine now? Are you good?
I'm getting drunk, so that's good enough.
Oh. So as long as you getting drunk, you fine? I mean, I ain't mad at it. Damn, where's my clip? Hold on. Alright. Let me see. This is my apartment. You're a cornball. Ooh, that view is really nice.
I used to come to the crib. I used to stay in my crib, turn off everything, sit on my couch because I had my couch on the wall, and just look outside. Man, I used to see everything that was going on in Newark.
Nah, the view is really nice. Where in Jersey was that?
Right in Newark.
Because Newark is the hood.
No, where I was, I'm considered downtown Newark.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got my phone stolen at a party and I had to go get it back from somebody in Newark?
No. That's crazy.
So I go to this party, and as I'm walking in, I'm going up the stairs, and it's a girl behind me. And the girl is like, "Ooh, your shoes is so cute." So I turned around, looked at her, and said, "Thank you." After that, I went in a spot. I go to the bathroom, and I leave my phone by accident on the sink of the bathroom. So now I'm chilling. I go back to talk to the security dude, and I go to look for my phone, and I'm like, "Yo, I don't have my phone. Where's my phone?" So I go back in the bathroom. My phone isn't there. So now I'm telling them like, "Yo, you gotta turn the music off. Let the DJ make an announcement. My phone is missing. I have the Find My Phone thing on, so I could make the alarm go off to find my phone, and somebody will hear it if y'all make the announcement." The promoter tells me, "Oh, nah, we not doing that. We not about to disrupt the vibes and blah blah blah." So I'm tracking my phone, and the whole time I'm standing there, my phone has not left the building.
So I'm there the whole night just watching my phone. Like the minute it moves, I'm on these niggas' asses. The phone never moves. So something tells me to go home and just, keep tracking it until, whatever. So on my way home, I'm Googling like what to do, So it just said that, if you have the location of where the phone is, you can have the cops go get the phone for you. Yeah. So I said, all right, fine. So by the time I get in the house, the phone now starts to move. It went to Brooklyn. It went to somewhere else in Manhattan. Then it went to Brooklyn. I wake up the next morning and I see the address. I'm thinking it's still in Brooklyn. So I had to go to the precinct, file a police report. Then when I gave them the address, they was like, oh no, this isn't over here. This is in New Jersey. I was like, New Jersey? And he was like, oh yeah, it's the same name. Like the street has the same name and everything. But this spot is in Jersey. So I had to call another friend to come get me. Because I had to call one friend to take me to Brooklyn. Yeah, from here. Because I called him in a panic. And usually people know that I'm not that tight. But given that situation, I was like, listen, I need to get my phone back. So he was nice enough to get me the Uber to Brooklyn. So I had to call another friend now to come with me to go to the spot in Jersey. So then I called Jersey police. So Jersey police is like, all right, well, give us the address. We'll have an officer meet you. Don't do anything until the officer gets there. Do you have a police report? I was like, yeah. And this is how I realized that cops ain't really worth much of shit. Because you do the police report, you don't even get a number right then and there. They tell you file the police report and you got to come back in a couple of days and then you get the fucking police report number. But then when you call the cops to go get your phone or go do whatever, they're like, oh, did you get a police report? I was like, yeah. They was like, oh, okay. And I'm just like, but y'all don't know if I really did or not. So the cop comes. We go to the address that it said it was at. So we ringing the bell and the lady comes down. And she was like, nobody from my apartment, was in the city last night. So I know it's not none of us. But, you feel free to knock on any of the other doors. So the cop left, gave 0 fucks. So then I turn my shit on again and I look for it and the phone still says that it's right there. So the same woman who opened the door for me ends up telling me like, oh, I hope you don't feel no type of way, but I just was telling my sister what was going on with, y'all coming, the cop car coming to the house. And she told me that just because it says this address doesn't mean it's this address. It could be the house to the left or to the right. So the dude who I went with, he was like, do you want your phone? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, we gonna knock on doors since we here. Yeah. So we knocked on the house that looked exactly like the one that we was at. And lo and behold, the very first bell we rang, somebody came out on the balcony. So they come and they look down and they was like, yo, what's up? Like, I said, I lost the phone at a party last night and it says it's here. So somebody has my phone, I want my phone. He disappears in the house and don't come back out. So then now I'm getting suspicious, and my homeboy is like, yo, that don't seem right.
So he didn't say nothing, he just walked back in the room?
Just walked back in the house.
He's a dickhead.
So then I ring the bell again the last time, because it was taking too long. And she was like, oh yeah, well we on the phone right now, and they're trying to say that it's their phone, and how do we know it's your phone, and blah, blah, blah. I said, who are you on the phone with? Come downstairs. So then Shorty comes downstairs, and I recognize her. So I was like, really, bitch, you gave me a compliment and then know that I went in the bathroom and rather than just bring me my phone, you fucking took the phone? Oh, well, we was trying to figure out who it belonged to. And the guy on the phone, he couldn't tell us what the code was to get in it. So then we just kept it. And I said, first of all, that's my phone and that's the security from the party that you was talking to. Give me my shit. So then Shorty gives me the phone. So then now we about to walk away. And I'm telling my homeboy, I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Something was telling me that I knew who was going to have my phone. So then the dude, he was like, oh, what you said? What you said? So I turned back around and I was like, nothing, yo. I'm just glad I got my phone back, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, all right. But by the way, do y'all happen to live in Brooklyn? And we was like, no, because my homeboy lives in Long Island, Staten Island, whatever fucking island it is, you gotta take that ferry to. And then, me, I live in the Bronx. So then I was like, no. And he was like, oh, because I'm trying to get a ride back and da-da-da-da. I've been out here since last night. I said, nigga, y'all, in my head, I was like, y'all stole my fucking phone, and now you want to ride? My nigga, you lost your
ass on a fucking train.
I said, no, we not going there. And me and my friend just hopped in the car and came back. But the whole time, all I could say is, thank you, Jesus. I got my phone back. But I was so pissed.
I can imagine.
So pissed. So that's the story about me and Newark, New Jersey. Matter of fact, just bring all of that out here. I'm grown. The fuck? We gonna have a different conversation. We not even gonna get into that. But I'm about to start this right now. No, you won't let me have you on video because you're acting like
I'm not acting like anything.
I'm going to be nice and give the actual welcome. Hello.
How you doing?
Yo, and hello. Welcome. Oh my God. Is that the... I gotta close the kitchen window?
We in the Bronx. What do you expect?
They're never this loud. Well, you know what? I usually record on the weekend.
See?
Yeah, I usually record on the weekend when there are no children present. But today is a rare and special occasion. You have a nickname you want to use?
Never had a nickname.
Ever?
Never.
But today, so welcome, Rasan, to PCPOV. I just want to say thank you, first and foremost, for the new hardware equipment. I appreciate it,
No
honestly
problem.
and truly. I know I told you thank you before, but I definitely want to say thank you as a part of the podcast. We can
No
so
problem.
I definitely want to, shout you out for that. Also, Eric, if you're listening, I will definitely be collecting that audio equipment because Rasan came over here and was talking shit about my mics. So now I gotta get better mics so that niggas will not be talking shit about me. So if you out there listening, Eric, I will be contacting you via Instagram DM to collect and pick that up from you. So now that
Cute.
so yeah, we started a few different conversations and I kept telling you to put a pin in them so that we could actually start something new. So give me the rundown about who Rasan is. Let me get an age. Let me get your dating status. Let me get where you from and what you do. So age.
Age, none of your business. I'm old enough.
Okay, so we just gonna say late 30s.
If you want to call it that.
That's what it is.
Whatever.
Since you don't want to tell it, I'ma say what it is. It's late 30s. All right. So now, dating situation.
There is no situation. I'm not dating anybody.
Why aren't you dating?
Last situation didn't turn out well, so right now, to get my life back in order and to get to a status that I prefer, then I'll start dating again.
Okay. And what's this status that you're trying to achieve?
Just a personal status. The word saying is misery love company, and don't want company when I'm miserable.
See, I feel like that too. Like, I don't necessarily, when I'm miserable, I don't necessarily want to be around nobody. Like, I want to be quiet. I want to be in solitude. I want time to, like, figure out why I'm feeling like this, what's making me feel like this. Like, I don't necessarily want to be around a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I never really understood that whole misery loves company shit. But all right, so you said you're not dating nobody. You're waiting for, whatever status to reach that you feel like you're waiting on. But why do you feel like that status means something, dating-wise?
Because if I'm not happy, how can I make the next person happy?
Yeah, but dating is not necessarily making the next like, you're not responsible for making somebody else happy.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. But, but if I'm looking like the world is ending, how is that person that I'm trying to hang out with gonna have any type of fun? They're gonna keep wondering what's going on with them. Some people can't mask their emotions or, what's going on with them. I don't.
So you working on yourself before you start dating. All right. So what is it that you do?
I have my own IT services company called Versa Solutions.
Oh yeah, you could do your shameless plug. Like, I'm still on up and coming, so promos are free. So, get all the free promo while you can, because as soon as I get to triple digit listeners, the price goes up, motherfucker.
No problem. Yeah, my company's called Versal Solutions. I've been in business for about a year and a half. Well, no, I've been in business since 2004. Unofficially, officially, I've been in business for about a year and a half. So I'm looking to expand. You know, I do other things besides my IT business. I'm a trader on the other end.
But no, like your trading, I think that shit is lit. I just don't have the patience to sit and like think of all of the time that it took for you to sit and learn and just acquire all of this knowledge about trading. And think of it like whatever the worst thing that you could possibly do, like watching Ratchet reality TV or something. Like equate all of those hours to something that you have absolutely no desire to do, and then you would understand why I have yet to even look at any of that.
I'm gonna say this. Okay, so what I was trying to put you on as far as the trading, because there's different aspects to trading.
Okay.
The Forex thing is definitely not for everybody. It's something you definitely have to have patience, dedication, and be consistent with it, or else you're not gonna make no money. Now, like I said, it's not for everybody, but longevity type of trading, like with Robinhood and Acorns and just the traditional stock market, that's something where you just buy it and leave it. If it blow up, you make money. If it don't, then you know it is what it is.
No, it's not. It is
Yes,
what
it
it is.
is,
Because
because
if that shit goes all the way south, my bank account can be zero.
But see, I would no, not your bank account. Whatever you put in. Say you put $5,000 into one stock, which I don't recommend. You put, you spread your wealth. You got $5,000 you want to invest in. You put 500 here, 300 here. Whatever stocks you like. You like to smoke weed. Put some stocks in ACB. That's one of the stocks that I have.
What the hell is ACB?
ACB is hold on, let me grab my phone.
Let me fucking telling people business on here, talking about niggas like to don't.
What? I didn't say anything crazy.
Only because you've been fucking harassing me.
I don't harass you.
About this. First of all, let me keep it all the way a stat with motherfuckers.
Please do.
First of all, Rasan.
Yeah.
We worked together for I don't know how long.
Maybe about 6-7 months.
Whatever. And you barely spoke to me.
And
then all of a sudden, we run into each other down at LES. And now you want to recognize people. You want to come up to motherfuckers. And that was fine. Cool. No problem. Then all of a sudden, now you inviting me to your little multi-level marketing scheme, promo things, and all of that shit. And I was like, nope. And now you've graduated to harassing me about this free stock.
Harassing?
Yes.
Wow,
It's harassment
That's
at this point.
Let's call HR.
Now I'm fucking with you.
Right now, they're shared.
And this what what? What was the letters?
ACB.
ACB.
Yeah, that's the stock acronym.
Oh.
Okay. When you're doing traditional stocks, even in Forex, you're trading currencies, but you have EUR versus USD, which is the euro dollar versus United States dollar. So, you got the US dollar versus the Mexican dollar. You got the US dollar versus the Turkish dollar, Japanese yen.
See, when I was like the company, well, you was there. You fucking know. It was about the like you know.
I don't know which I did over there. I really don't.
Well, so what we did in QA was we tested different like connections between like a Boney, Bank of New York, or like a Wells Fargo, or a PNC, and we would simulate money transfers from US to all of those different currencies and vice versa based on, either a specific situation or based off of a specific requirement, like a enhancement, and they want to, have certain functionalities to accommodate changing money from Mexican to this to that to blah blah blah.
Okay.
And so like one of the major projects we had was, I guess, Green Dot decided that they were gonna start getting into like money markets and shit like that. So like Green Dot wanted to acquire the software to be able to handle people transferring money and yada yada yada. So like that was a whole part of like testing certain reports and making sure like general ledgers matched up and all of that shit. So that was basically like, so I kind of saw like how that worked. So like with certain banks, they had a fixed rate sheet for different currencies. So if you picked Boney, for instance, they was one of them, you only got your exchange rate based off of an XML sheet. But something like a Wells Fargo, they did live as it was, like whatever at that moment the exchange rate was, that's how much you would convert.
But that's how it's supposed to be, because that's how Forex works.
Well, then that's what we was doing. But certain banks, I realized, not all of them do that. Only some of them.
Well, not all banks is part of the World Bank.
Well, yeah, that too. And it could have just been because it was a simulation. We wouldn't have a live connection to their links. But, like, I know for a fact we had a live one with Wells, because I had to be on the fucking phone with Wells all the time.
Wells is part of Wells, Bank of America, Chase, and it's another one. I think it's City National or some shit like that. That's part of the World Banks. It's a number of them that's part of World Banks.
Which banks did we use a lot? We used Boney, PNC. We used Wells. Santander was one of our clients. I remember that.
That's definitely a World Bank. That's worldwide.
Damn, it was something else.
It's crazy. In DR, there's a Santander Bank.
Really?
Yeah, on one of the strips that I have.
And funny enough, we bring in DR because that is on my list, sir. So yeah, enough tech nerd talk, because that was a whole rant that went on for longer than I expected it to. But
DR.
Speaking of DR,
oh God.
First of all, you a Jamaican who happens to love DR, so that's strike number one. That's strike
First
number
of all,
uno.
Hold on.
Strike number two.
I love going out the country. There's a difference.
Whatever. You took set on DR so much so that you got a whole ass house out there. You throwing annual parties out there. You talking about you always be out there. Blah blah blah. But DR is murdering motherfuckers.
Well, I mean,
people are dying.
Americans everywhere.
People are dying.
Hey, it was happening in Mexico. Nobody was talking about that shit.
When did it happen in Mexico?
It always happens in Mexico. Niggas get kidnapped every day in Mexico. Especially Americans.
I'm about to Google that shit right now.
Go ahead.
When was the last time somebody got kidnapped in Mexico?
Google it.
Trump was talking all of this.
Trump is
let me not even say his name. 45 is talking all of this build the wall shit, but yet niggas is still going
niggas
to
got
Mexico.
tunnels. What is a wall gonna do?
I'm really about to Google how many.
Everybody's showing fast forward and niggas got tunnels.
How many Americans were kidnapped in Mexico?
What are you asking, Alexa?
I don't know. How many Americans were kidnapped in Mexico? The last few articles are 2018.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was last year, but niggas is getting murdered and kidnapped in DR right now. And it's been, I mean, granted, a lot of those stories have been old and they're like just starting to resurface or whatever. But when you look at it, it's like I told you this earlier. When you are on a resort, you are relying on these people for everything.
Everybody with
your
that
entertainment,
that's
your
bullshit.
food, your drink, your water, your hospitality service. Everything is coming from this one place. So if anything goes wrong, there's nobody else to blame but this resort.
Exactly.
There's nobody else. there's nobody else that you could blame. Like it's like if you went on a cruise. Like I've never been on a cruise, but when you're on a cruise, I assume that all of your food is there when you take off. All of your, drinks is there when you take off, we set sail rather, or whatever. So if you get sick or if anything, I mean, granted, you could probably blame it on it's either seasickness or it's food poisoning from everything at whatever. You have that offset. If you're at a resort, there's no other excuse but the resort.
Yeah, and this is why I rent out my house in DR. You buy your own food, or you have the cook that we can provide. Buy your stuff for you. I mean, let's be honest. When was the last time something like that happened in Jamaica? Years ago.
Right, but I don't understand, like, cause all right, think about it this way. Dominican Republic is known for quite a few things.
Yeah.
People like to vacation there.
Mm-hmm.
Girls like to go there for cosmetic surgeries.
Yep.
Families, people who are part of, the Latina or Latinx diaspora, if you can call that a thing, but people who are displaced from Dominican Republic that are here in the States, a lot of them like to travel back and forth to those places. You have a lot of men, single men, who love to vacation in DR because let's keep it a stack. We all know what them girls is out there doing, how much they're doing it for.
That is true, but
we know this, and men know this.
A lot of, I ain't gonna say that some of the dudes I interact with do fuck shit. Of course, niggas do fuck shit, but but then on the flip side,
what you call it.
But I also tell females, like especially ones that I've dated or whatever, just because I go to DR don't mean I'm out here fucking around on you. I could fuck around with your next door neighbor. You could all you want, but really, why would I spend fucking $1,200 for a flight to go fuck around?
First of all, who said going to DR is $1,200? Who's your travel agent? Fire them immediately.
People, no. Some last minute flights are $1,200, and during certain holidays, it is $1,200.
Actually, this past May, $1,200. First of all,
I've never spent no more than $600 on a flight for anywhere. I'm not.
But you just sat here and said some dumb shit about $1,200.
Because there are some people spending that money for a flight.
Who?
I know a few.
Where?
I know a few people.
Where?
Because they bought their ticket last minute. I was like, oh shit, the trip is this week? I'm like, yes.
Idiots.
Well, that's on them.
They're idiots.
Hey, if you got the money and you could pay your rent afterwards, that's on you. Good power to you, bro.
You know what? You're right. Let me not judge nobody. I'm gonna shut up. I would never.
I'm only spending $1,200 to go to the other side of the world.
I think that's like
Dubai
Japan.
Is $1,200.
Maybe.
Japan. I seen a cheap flight for like $900.
Listen, I ain't never been nowhere really, so I can't even really call it. I think anything is expensive for a flight.
How many countries you been to?
How many countries?
Yeah. And you one up me because you've been on the other side of the world. I've never touched
countries. I think only 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. India, Colombia, Jamaica, Canada.
Okay. Well, Canada don't really count. You could walk
right. So then that's it.
Okay. I'm not counting Canada and Mexico. I've been to Colombia. I've been to DR. I've been to Brazil. Been to Panama. Been to Aruba, Bahamas, Antigua, Belize, Cayman Islands, St. Lucia.
Okay, whatever. I'm poor. So what? It happens.
And I have a list of places I want to go. My next trip, hopefully I can make it this year. I'm trying to plan it out for my birthday. Is Buenos Aires. This is a place that I've always wanted to go. I don't know why, but I just always wanted to go there. And then after that is Argentina, and then after that, hopefully Europe or something. I mean, I just want to go to Europe just to see what the fuck it is about. I really don't care for these white countries. I am jealous.
My mom got to go to England now. I mean, it was for a funeral, but
most Jamaicans go to England.
She still went anyway.
That's
and
like second Jamaica.
I suppose
it is. You know how much fucking family members I have? I have family members over there.
Well, to change gears a little bit, because clearly you just told me I was broke and I ain't never been nowhere. And that's fine.
I don't come at people neck like that.
That's fine. You was still going. You was about to keep listing places, and I was about to really say, like, really, like you're on your second hit right now. But I heard you.
Hey, mind you, a lot of those was with cruises. So if you gonna go on a cruise, you gonna visit more places.
Heard you. It's all right. It's cool. It's very cool. I get it. I spent a lot of my life being broke, and it happens.
So is I. I'm from Brooklyn.
But no. Next on the list, though, was funny is I did want to talk to you about doing bougie shit.
Oh God.
With your friends because you had a conversation. You say because I didn't feel like going nowhere. Shut up. Because I didn't feel like going nowhere, I made you come to the Bronx, and you saw a Thai spot in my hood, and you felt the need to want to try to clown my Thai spot, and it's like,
it's a halal Thai spot. Like
what? Halal just means that they prayed over the meat before. That's all halal means is that they prayed over it and they did a special ritual. They didn't just slit the throat and let it bleed everywhere like how they show you on Facebook. But if anything, if I was gonna eat Thai food, I would want to eat the halal Thai food because at least I know that they took. Well, I would hope that they took care and they didn't lie.
And how many halal trucks?
Yeah, but I know most Muslim people don't play around with their religion like how most capitalists will play around with organic stickers.
But see, I'm gonna say it like this: every religion has its realists and every religion has its fakest. You know. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got halal people. You got Jewish people who follow their religion. Because I used to work with a Jewish guy. Because he was telling me a lot of things. He's like, yo, you got certain Jews who are strictly on the religion, and you got people who don't give two shits about the religion. Then you got me. I'm either or. I take off I close my business for certain holidays, and other holidays I'm like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm trying to make some money. And I see that in every religion.
Yeah, but I just feel like when it comes to that, because like again, like I've spent time in India to where yes, some of them are only vegetarian on certain days. Some of them are strictly vegetarian because of their religion. But I do notice also that if you are gonna be a place that's gonna be capitalistic and be like, you know what, fuck it, we gonna serve meat. Meat is going to be only on this side and non-meat is going to be on this side, and they stick by it. Like that shit is labeled, you can see it. People don't cross, like some people can only work on the meat side. They cannot cross contaminate. Like you can't make somebody a burger and then turn around and make somebody else something else. Like they're very strict about that. So if I see halal on it or if I see kosher on it, I'm gonna think that it's gonna be held to a higher standard than just regular shit. Because we already know that America is very lax in what they will allow in their foods.
Yeah, every cuisine.
So why would you talk shit about a halal Thai spot in the bougier part of the Bronx?
I don't know about that, but okay. You know what it is? It's like, I'm looking for, if I see Thai cuisine, I'm looking for a strict Thai spot. You know, I want to see, you know, Asian motherfuckers in there. Well, the fact that it said halal, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna probably go somewhere else and eat. Because if I'm looking for,
nigga, you went to Popeye.
Yeah,
it's like,
fuck it. And I'll be honest, I don't even give two fucks about Popeyes. I hate fast food. It was the only thing around here that was like quick and easy, and I didn't want to try something different at that point. One, because I knew I was going to be drinking with you, so I need to get something to eat. And I don't want to be mad about the food I have. Simple as that.
Because you're fucking bougie.
I never said I wasn't. I'm very fucking bougie. You know, I've been getting manicures and pedicures since I was in high school. I like silk sheets. I like silk underwear. Yo, fuck that.
Oh my god. You are the most light-skinnedest, dark-skinned nigga I've ever met in my life. Silk sheets, fam, really?
Yes, I love silk
green.
sheets.
Like I'm a thread count.
It gotta be
snob.
4,000.
Like I need. See, my bougie only comes out in like. In very opportune moments. Well, very particular. Maybe not even opportune, but very particular moments. I'm bougie about hotels, but to a certain extent. Like, it can't be like no cheap.
Exactly.
Like,
it can't have
you
carpet
know,
on the floor.
They all have carpet. What are you talking
No,
about?
no. Newer hotels, more expensive hotels don't have carpet on the floor
I don't think I
because
want
that breeds bed bugs.
carpet and not the mattresses.
They could get. Why you
The
think?
only hotel that I've ever known to have bed bugs was the Hotel Pennsylvania, and that's because a friend of mine he used to throw birthday parties at the Hotel
I used to
Pennsylvania,
stay there for
and then
$80
there
a
was
night.
one year that he couldn't throw it because they had a bed bug infestation, and we was like, oh damn, like
Yeah, I used to hang out at Hotel Pennsylvania. I used to date strippers and shit like that. But,
when you used to date strippers. Really? So then that takes us to the other topic on the list is dating. Yes, look at you.
See, she getting me drunk and I'm just spilling on.
Just
my
running your
beans.
mouth,
Yeah.
and I love it.
And I don't like that. No, that's not cool.
So you used to date
I'm
strippers?
conservative.
What is that about?
I mean, it was a little phase in college. I don't know.
And what school did you go to?
Don't worry about that.
Why I can't ask you what school you went
I
to?
went to a few different schools. I really wasn't.
A few different colleges?
Yeah, I really wasn't the school type. Like, when I moved back to New York, after I graduated high school, because like I said, I'm originally from Brooklyn. I stayed 2 years in high school down here, and then my mother moved me upstate.
Whatever. But yeah, so now back to this dating strippers thing.
Mm-hmm.
So after your stripper phase, who did you start dating afterwards?
I got back together with my well, she's my ex-wife now. My first baby mother. She's the mother of my first 3 kids. Yeah, I got back together with her. Shut up.
That just sounds so wild. My
It
first
don't
3
sound
kids.
wild. I only got 4 kids. I'm just saying.
Right.
What it
So
is.
then say
Alright, so
so say 3 of my kids, but don't say the
my
first
three
3.
kids. My
Your
first
first
three.
3
Whatever.
sounds wild
Think
because
I
that
am.
it's like first 3 makes it sound like you have a whole football team plus the backup
Nah.
plus the alternates.
I have a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, then I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. So, I got some time frames between my kids.
Yeah, but see the gap in the middle between the 15 and the 6, like what were you doing in between those years? How you ended up with a 4th kid?
I was in a relationship.
I mean a 3rd kid.
I was in a relationship with somebody and it just didn't go well because I was being a fuckboy and shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I can admit it now because like I'm grown.
My mind is like,
Shut up.
no, I'm dead
grown
serious.
now. I know I've evaluated my life. I've seen what I did. You know, I've seen my wrongs. I've seen my rights. I've seen shit that's a little like, you could take that blame on that. You know, only like a person who has really sat there and thought about their life will come to terms with shit that they've done. I don't regret nothing. Everything happens for a reason. That's not a scapegoat or anything, but that's just what it is.
This is true.
You know, whether you have faith in a God or you don't, shit happens for a reason. You know, there's shit that we can't explain.
So now, what is your reason for having a 3rd kid after you had spent so much time with the first 2?
My reason, that was like on some fucking around. Oh shit, you're pregnant? Okay, how much you need?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
See, the only
pretty
reason why I
much
say
what it
that is because, like, with everything that, you know, obviously we know that's been going on with, like, these abortion bills and, like, people who are making these decisions for women who, in a situation like that, like, listen, I have 2 kids with this dude already, and, you know, it's umpteen years later, we start messing around again, now I'm pregnant again. What if, you know, God forbid, what if, you know, she didn't want to have the baby? Like, to think that we could have been in a world to where she would have been prosecuted for deciding that she didn't want to do the IRS. It's already, you know what I mean? Like anything. It could have been any reason under the sun.
It's
It
only
doesn't
in this
matter.
country. Let's pay for a flight. I'll take you out the country. Let's go get that shit done.
Wow! Wow! You said
I'm
that
actually being serious though. Like,
I believe you,
I'm
but
actually being very fucking serious.
I don't think I've.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
But it's if you did it, then why?
I
You
mean,
did
shit,
it.
Shit happens. Like sometimes.
But you did it.
Okay, yeah, I did it. But you know what? I have a familiarity with somebody, so it's just like, you know, if you happen to sleep with them that one time or whatever, it goes back. You know, all those old like, oh shit, I don't need to pull out. I don't need to do none of that crazy. I don't need to wear a condom. All that shit happens again. And you know what?
Nah, not after mad time. People change. Like people,
Yeah, but
you're not the
certain
same.
people-
Like you're not the like.
People change, but situations don't change. That's what it is. A situation with somebody, you could change individually, but a situation with this person might not change.
No, I don't believe in that because I
Why?
don't because for me, that's not my truth.
That's not your truth, but there's a lot of people who that can happen to.
Then say that.
Everybody's different.
Right. Then be sure to say that. Don't make it sound like that. Because to me, I just think.
Well, when I
I
speak,
think
I
on
speak,
both
I speak in
parts.
general terms. Like I don't, you know, it is like I don't say it. This is what it is, and this is what's gonna happen. No, I speak in general terms. for
Okay.
you, so.
Okay. All right. I can respect that part. So now this is 2 baby mothers, 4 kids later.
Mhm.
How do you see yourself presenting that to somebody when you do decide to start dating?
I mean, I'm not ashamed of my kids,
And you shouldn't be.
but some people are. Some people will hide their fucking kids,
Oh yeah, that's.
and I think that's so wrong.
We're
I
not
think,
even gonna get into that. But
I
however,
love my kids to death.
but that's a lot for. You don't think that's a lot for somebody
I mean,
to?
it is
to accept-
No, it is, and you have to be a strong person to deal with somebody who got that many kids. 'Cause you might have to eventually deal with, you know, the baby mothers or whatever, whether it's 4, whether it's 2, you know, whether it's 1. You eventually, even though the person could say, "Oh, I'm not gonna have you in that type of situation," whatever, you might have to find yourself dealing with it.
Yeah, but see, you can't say stuff like that because not every chick is gonna deal with it the way that you think they would deal with it.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's pretty much what I'm saying. It's like
So you can't, but
the
you,
dude-
but
the
then
dude
you
could be
can't,
like,
you
"Yo,
can't
you
leave
gotta
it up
be-"
to you. But you just tried to leave it up to the women,
No,
and
no,
you
no,
can't
no, I'm
leave
not-
it
I'm
up.
not leaving it up to
you
the women,
can't
'cause
leave it up to her. You gotta be the
I'm
one.
gonna do my part to make sure. But if I was doing some fuck shit to where y'all can't be cool, that's on me.
Mm.
You know, like my situation now, I got 2 baby mothers who don't like each other because I was doing some fuck shit. You know, I was being a selfish asshole and just doing shit I shouldn't have did.
All right. So the way I look at it is, the fact that you can admit that. How is that not getting you? Because that be the main thing. Like, is niggas admitting when they do they fuck shit.
I'll be honest. I tried to. You know the little story about Thanksgiving last year where I tried to
Right.
get everybody together and shit like that. But you know, people had their ulterior motives and shit like that, and it just didn't work out the way. I was just trying to get all my kids in one place, meet the family, and you know, us 3 as adults figure this shit out.
Right there, it was about to be the point of all points because I asked you about the kids. I asked you about the 2 baby mothers. We can talk about what you're looking for moving forward. So when you're looking to build with somebody, what are some characteristics? What are some things that you think that you would need to be in a healthy, steady, monogamous relationship?
Well, as far as monogamy goes, that's on the individual. You know, if you choose not to step out on the female that you're dealing with, that's recommendable. You know, if you gonna do fuck shit, that's on you. But as far as like relationships, I feel, you know, people should everybody say opposites attracts. I don't feel that way. I think if you have a common interest, you can build off of that. You and that person as an individual can build off of that. You know, what I don't agree in is someone liking something that they would never fucking like at all. And you're just doing it just to please that person. You don't need pleasing an individual is not healthy. That's not gonna make a relationship. That's actually a disaster for a recipe for a disaster. I'm sorry, I'm a little drunk. I've been drinking, so I'm not a relationship expert. I don't give advice on relationships because I have my own fucked up relationship.
But I feel like somebody who's willing to try to take interest in what you like, that should be thought of and seen as a good effort towards understanding. It depends on what it is. Like, I'm not saying that everything that your partner is into, you have to try it. But if it's something that doesn't go against your morals, if it's something that doesn't go against, like, your religion, if religion is a big thing for you, if it's something that doesn't cause, like, an internal conflict, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be willing to at least give it a shot.
Yeah,
at least. Like, I can't tell
that.
you how many times I've tried to watch wrestling, or I've tried to watch, you know, certain sci-fi shit, or I've tried to watch certain movies, or I've tried, but and sometimes it just don't click, and I've had it happen to me too.
Yeah.
Like, I've had it to where I've tried to, like, put a dude onto a show or something, and it just wasn't clicking.
Well,
it happens to the best of us.
Most people, I would say 90% of the people in this world is not open-minded. Most people don't want to try new things. Oh, yeah, I'll look at it, whatever, but they're really not interested. And if your spouse or partner or whatever the fuck they are at the end of the day is trying to get you involved in something and you're not really with it, just be fucking honest. Just be honest.
Because the minute you tell somebody you're not into what they into,
then they not for you.
People take that to heart.
Then they not for you. They're not for you. That person is not fucking for you. And you need to reevaluate that relationship. If somebody is coming at you, oh shit, you don't like this, but I like this, and you don't like this, and I like this, and you not trying to compromise with me, and it's not even a compromise because you want that person to take whole 100% of what you like. That's not fucking reality. Like, I like golf. I don't know how many chicks I've dealt with that like fucking golf. I probably could count one or two who's like, yo, it's cool. Like, you
but
put
see,
me
you
onto
understand,
it.
Golf is expensive.
It is. And I come with the bougie shit.
Because I know a nigga who was telling me he was into golf, and I looked it up. That shit is expensive.
It is. Cause it's
not just some casual shit.
Like, golf is fucking boring if you're not interested in it.
But I feel like golf is not about the actual sport of golf. It's more so the status, what it means.
It is.
To
it's
play golf.
It's an upperclassman.
It has nothing. I mean, granted, you do have to have a certain level of skill to play golf. Not everybody is trying to play on that level.
Definitely not. It's niggas who playing hockey. I respect niggas who do that type of stuff. Because you know what? You opening your fucking mind to other things that's out there other than what's in the hood. All hood niggas know about is basketball, football, maybe hockey.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
That's not the truth?
No. Leave them alone.
I'm not coming at them.
You are.
No.
Because they don't play lacrosse don't make them
I'm not saying that. Why I'm not saying that? Because you know what? Football and basketball make the most.
What sport you ever played?
What sport I played in high school?
Yeah.
I played basketball. I played football. I played bowling. I played golf. I played chess.
In 4 years, you fit all of that in there?
Yes. Because I like all those things. But I was dealing with girls who was dating high school niggas and had to compete with high school niggas in the 7th grade.
Oh wow.
In some fucking rejects.
In what?
In rejects.
What's that?
I think Mama bought them sneakers from Payless or whatever. Rejects, it costs $1.99. Everybody know that fucking song.
I thought that was Skippy's.
See, when I was growing up or whatever, Shaq bought a sneaker line in Payless at the time. He was selling sneakers for $20 fucking dollars, while Jordan was selling sneakers for $125. Sixth grade, Mama was not trying to buy no $125 fucking sneakers. Now I know from pictures and shit like that she was buying me Guess clothes, Gap clothes, Banana Republic, and Old Navy. And lo and behold, I had a whole 6th grade class laughing at me, bro. Like, yo, kids is fucking evil.
Word.
Evil.
But
Y'all motherfuckers
them,
is evil.
But you got 4 of them, so I don't understand.
Nah.
I don't understand.
That has nothing to do with
have
what I
4
went through. That has nothing to go through what
Yes,
I
it
went
does.
through. Because you know what?
You have 4 of them.
Yeah, I would never let my kids go through what I went through. Yo, my daughter wants some True Religion jeans, some fucking Babe shirts, whatever. I've got that for
But
them.
what are the values that you're teaching your kids in doing that?
As far as my daughter's concerned, I'm telling all these niggas who want to date my fucking daughter, if you can't come correct, don't fucking date her. If you
Right.
can't do it, don't fucking come.
But now, what if all of the women that you've ever dated had fathers that told them that? Would you have had any play with any of them?
It's different.
I'm just asking.
And I'm telling you,
If any of the women
Mhm.
had that same type of father with that same mentality, would you have gotten any play?
I've had a few, and me being who I am, I just had to cut that shit off. I'm not paying for your student debt, nigga. I got student debt too. Fuck you. Like, if you want to work together as a collaboration, sure, we could figure something out. But if you just want me to pay your fucking bills and me pay my bills, nah, bitch, I'm not my grandfather. I respect my grandfather, but I'm not that nigga working 90 to 120 hours a week. In this day and age, it has to be 2 or 3 incomes coming into the house. Either the mother or the father gotta have 2 gigs a piece, or 3 gigs. We can't, especially in New York City. Fucking a studio apartment in New York City is damn near $4,000.
I feel like a man should be able to pay at least the rent by himself. At least.
And that's fine. No.
At least.
And you know what?
If you chip in on anything else, then that's cool. But you should at least be able to pay.
But who can afford $4,000 rent?
But nobody says you have to pay that.
What is the going rate for an apartment nowadays in New York City? In fucking hoods where they still shooting niggas up, they charging $3,500.
Not all of them.
Majority of them. For the apartments
But
that
I've
they
been
kicking
seeing
niggas
people
out.
on Facebook. They be having marketplace apartments and
That's
shit like
because
that.
they've been there. Their parents been there. They just fucking getting the shit that their parents had because their parents don't want to fucking
So
deal with
then
no more.
find one of those.
It's not always like that because the parents, I'm paying damn near $1,200 in rent. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get a mortgage that's $900. I have my kid pay $1,200. I'm moving to fucking West Bubblefuck, Pennsylvania, West Bubblefuck, Jersey, West Bubblefuck, New York.
I mean, I don't really know. I know a few kids, well, maybe not kids, but people of our age group, the 30s, who someone in their family owns a piece of property.
And you're an exception. You have a piece of property.
But see, that's not of my doing.
Your mother was about that. Yo, my kid is gonna survive. A lot of parents is not like that. I unfortunately have a parent who's like that. No disrespect to my mother, cause she taught me certain things, and she can't handle me now that I know those things. But she just it is what it is.
Alright, well, we'll definitely leave it at that. I thank you for coming through, for sharing. And I feel like, I feel like you'll be alright. You just gotta, get into your own and really, be definite about what it is you want and how you want it. And the minute you do that, I think you'll be a lot better off.
I never did that before, and this is something that I gotta do. Because it's gonna benefit me in the long run. It might piss a lot of people off, but hey, it's my life at the end of the day.
You're right.
This is Ra, Versatile Solutions .biz. Hit me up if you want your company situated with a nice group of intoxicated. Whatever. It is what it is. Nigga, email me. I'll be professional on that email. Her podcast, I appreciate her having me on. I always say, yeah, maybe I'll come on with her, but the fact that I'm actually on this shit now is like crazy. I got a homeboy who has a podcast, and I've never been on his shit. So
until next time.
This week's episode is also brought to you by Confections by Alea. Confections by Alea, ALAIAH.com, is a vegan bakery based in Atlanta, Georgia. Give your taste buds a treat at Confections by Alea. Their original vegan creations and signature products are sure to exceed all of your expectations. Confections by Alea offers a total of 28 nut-free cupcake flavors. Their cupcake names are cleverly chosen by the owner and head chef Alea Andrews herself. All the cupcakes are baked daily from the freshest ingredients, and they also offer custom cupcakes, mini cupcakes, cake pops, gluten-free cupcakes, and hand-illustrated cakes made to suit your special celebration. They're passionate bakers with a commitment to their community, and they plan on continuing this tradition for years to come. So they welcome you to come on in and have a bite. And that is Confections, CONFECTIONS by Alea, ALAIAH.com.